There was a time when commerce was looked as a second option, and it was thought that the students who were maybe less hardworking or less intelligent used to choose commerce. But times have changed. In the past 2 decades, over the evolution of LPG, liberalization, privatization, and globalization, commerce has become a preferred option and no more a second option or a secondary option. People and especially students are increasingly choosing commerce as their first career option. Plethora of opportunities, plethora of courses like CA, CS, CMA, MBA, CFA, forensics, analysis, what not is there in commerce as a career option. Hello, good morning. I am CACS CMA Nikhil Gupta, and in this series, Commerce No Big Deal, I am going to introduce you to some winners, some people who have made it big in the commerce field so that you guys can get some motivation and inspiration from such people. Today, I am here with CMA Loveansh Sachdeva. He is a CMA and he is qualified CMA in his first attempt, and I guess both groups Loveansh, both groups first attempt. He was selected in campus in the number one conglomerate, one of the best conglomerate of the country, ITC, and currently he's working in Power Grid Corporation of India Limited as an accounts officer. With over 8 years of experience in the finance sector, I guess he is the right person to provide all of us some guidance, some inspiration, and some thought provoking ideas on how to make a good career in commerce field, and especially with respect to the CMAs. And I know you guys have your campus round the corner. Next month is your campus. So, undoubtedly, we are going to speak with Lavanch and gauge his intelligence and experience around campus placements also. So, Lavanch, welcome to our talk show. And thank you so much for taking out time and making our students aware. And so, Lavanch is working in an organization, and I have pulled him early morning today that no, you have to give me 1 hour of your time for this interview. Thank you, Lavanch, for taking out time. So, Lavanch, the first question to you is why CMA? Why did you choose CMA as your career option, and why did you study CMA? And what was the thought behind choosing cost and management accountancy as your career option?
Good morning, everybody, and good morning, Nikhil sir. Thank you for the invitation, first of all. I'm a commerce student and I did my schooling from St. Joseph's Savita Vihar. So, right from the starting, I had a bent of mind. I have to, I did graduation in economics. Then, after that, I wanted to enter into a field so that there is some correlation along with economics of cost reduction and all, because it was in my mind right from the word go that cost reduction is an important element for every organization, that each organization is for focusing on in the contemporary world. So basically, the CMA profession, which focuses and underlies in the core competence in costing sector. So the basic criteria, basic my objective was to enter into profession and use my all what I've studied in economics. So along with this, so that is why the main objective was to choose this profession as my career option. And basically, this career option that is the CMA, Cost and Management Accounting. It provides you like n number of opportunities these days. There are days gone which when you used to prepare cost sheets and all. Apart from cost sheets and all, you can enter into so many sectors like GST returns now. There are n number of forms which, along with chartered accountants, we have been given authority to sign in. And there like equity profiles you can enter into, like portfolio manager, equity analyst. So the
Decision making.
decision making. So you work into a you work into a close link with the top management basically, and you're into limelight with the organization always, because on every important decisions your basically input data is required. So gone are those days when you used to work on backends.
Perfect, perfect. That was a good thought, guys. Cost reduction is the core to any industry, and be it manufacturing or service sector. Cost reduction is increasingly a big concern for any industry today because revenues are not expanding, but the only thing that can improve the top line is cost reduction. So, if we have cost reduction techniques, if we have cost reduction experts in our organization, then undoubtedly it'll increase our bottom line for sure, and therefore cost reduction is the core of CMA profession as well. So it's a great opportunity for all of us. That's amazing. So guys, let me tell you one very important thing. um, um, there is no good feeling, a better feeling, than having a student stand next to you as a professional. So I'm proud to tell you that yes, Lavansh was also my student, and he has studied from me. So the second question which I am going to pose to Lavansh is, Lavansh, when you chose to give both the groups in your CMA final, were you not worried? What was going through your mind? But ultimately, what benefits did you reap after giving both the groups together and clearing both of them?
Once the result were announced for the inter groups, so actually it was a tough decision, and so many like seniors and all I had discussed, and with teachers as well. So they suggested me to give two groups, but after all, I'll first of all I'll give you the advantage. What advantage that you reap when you give the both groups? The first advantage lies in here when their carry forward. This set off is there, so that suppose you realize you are weak in some subject, so you can at least set off with some other subject. And the second main advantage that you have in giving both the groups together is that there are different subjects in both the groups. So you have this financial management paper in the group 3, which is more or less quite correlated to the financial reporting paper as well as the your business valuation paper. So therein lies the advantage where you can cover the concept simultaneously. So it takes lesser time. In time also you can it means you can save a lot of your time also in long run. But my sincere suggestion is that people should not stress themselves unnecessary in rather than the glory of getting ranks. So there is no point basically in that. They should believe in themselves, and they should go for with their caliber and all. And but the I mean the main core thing is that they should try these days to qualify in the first attempt only, because the organizations these days, the basically the top organizations which are hiring like ITC, you talk about Nestle, all the big guns and look big MNCs. So they are just looking for the guys who have qualified in the first attempt itself, and because to eliminate the competition, as you know, the competition is on high end these days.
Thank you for those encouraging words. So yes, as I repeat these words a zillion times, that giving both groups is important, clearing in first shot is important, but don't get disheartened if you do not clear at first go. Do not feel demotivated that yes, now it's the end of the world and I'm not able to clear in first attempt. It's okay. Give a attempt again. Do not quit and give your exams again and again. Perfect. So that was a good piece of advice from Lavansh. So now let's jump on to the very critical aspect of our interview today. Why Lavansh is here for all of you is that yes, Lavansh got placed through campus. And if you are looking forward to the campus, which is scheduled next month for all of you, then Lavansh is the right person to guide you. What does campus entail, and what are the critical factors which are to be kept into mind while appearing in campus? So, Lavansh, what is your guidance to all the upcoming CMAs who are going to appear in campus in the next month?
The foremost first advice for all the students who are appearing for the campus is the basic step, that is step 1 is your CV designing. That is the vital aspect, because I have seen many CVs which come across they are pretty much like lengthy CVs, like 4 pages, 5 pages. People try to barge in everything into that. So rather than trying to do that, your main focus, your bulk of the time has to be invested on the CV making, right? It has to be short one, but you it does not mean that you leave out things on that. You basically have to work out, you have to put in such words which within themselves speak out everything for you. uh, so that is a very important element, because if you are posting CVs, or suppose you are sending CVs to corporate organizations, and they're upfront rejecting those CVs and people don't have time to read those CVs, so it's waste. I think it's waste if you are pretty intelligent, or if you have ranks also. So it does not lie any sense there. So second thing is basically the technical part. which you have to brush up before going for the interviews, is the subjects they touch on is the financial management. The financial management also this capital budgeting topic, wherein you are asked the basic concepts of NPV, IRR, and this payback periods, all those things. Apart from this, you can be asked ratios, ratio chapter from, and because as in you are in costing profile, so costing here lies in the main element. So marginal costing, standard costing, the formulas, and you should have clarity with the concepts. By why break-even point formula like this, why in units, why the number has been divided by that thing. So the conceptual clarity is pretty significant here, rather than mugging up the formulas and just splitting it over in the interviews. The third foremost part is for good companies, you have to give GDs also. So some students might have little problems with the GDs. So GDs, basically these days companies are more into case studies sort of GDs rather than normal GDs, which you would have appeared into earlier. So these sort of GDs you can practice with. There are short sort of caselets which are easily available on the internet. So caselet practice, which will give you analytical thinking skills. So good companies like Nestle, ITC, they are into caselets these days. They will give you a caselet and they will ask your opinion on that. So how analytical thinking yours is.
Okay, that was really important, guys. Some points which we don't even think of, and while appearing for a campus placements, we should be wary of certain first steps like your CV. CV is a very important entry point to any interview. So if your CV is not well written, guys, then you have made a bad first impression, and first impression is definitely the last impression. So undoubtedly CV, GD skills, technical skills, all these things will now play a role. And unfortunately, there's no book which we can mug up and we can do GD, and we do GD and we do perform CV, and we don't know what interviewer is going to ask us. There's no curriculum. So you have to be vigile, you have to be open minded in your approach. So, Lavansh, next question to you would be: what is your advice to the budding cost accountants who are going to join either an organization or they will start their own practice? What is your advice to all of them? Because now they have cleared their exams, so they are happy that they are CMAs now. But what next? What is your advice to them?
After qualifying, first of all, in advance, I should congratulate you. But once you are qualified, your work does not end there. In fact, you start with your work from there itself. So, I mean, qualifying a CM exam is just an entry point. You need to be working. You need to be more on your toes after qualifying. You should be working more harder, because, if you are even selected for campus, you should put your days and night wherein you have to put in, you have to, even though you have selected for even one company in the campus, so you ought to have that feeling from your inside that that determination should be there, that you have to go there and you have to obtain the offer letter in the evening. That has to be there, that determination has to be there from inside. And you don't have to think suppose many of the people will prior to attending the campus, they are going on sites, they're attending, or they're asking from a number of sources how many vacancies for the companies. You only need one vacancy. You don't need because there is only one vacancy required for you. It hardly matters rather than there is one vacancy for the company or there are 10. You require only one, so you have to perform your best. And if you perform the best, and then you will be only the one there, because because there is a lot of competition in the modern day scenario, and the companies are searching for the best, because they, as I spoke, as the profession itself is the cost accountancy profession. So the companies are also wanting like they also wanted to incur less expenditure on you. So they it's basically part of their cost reduction itself. So so herein lies big opportunity for you. And secondly, once you're selected in the organization as well, you need to maintain a very positive attitude. And wherever in finance profile you are, always you will be back end sort of jobs it will be. So the operation guys will always be there in the organization, who will pile up pressure on you, to sign the note sheets, to sign this, that, approvals, payments. So you're always into something which is very gritty of the organization, and it can like your signatures anywhere. So anything that you are signing or anything like as a finance professional, you should be very careful about whatever you should read everything properly. Even if you're not understanding anything, you can discuss with your superiors prior to doing anything rather than taking pressure from your like operations people. And the second part I would like to tell you, I have my personal experience from ITZ Limited. You should be like you should have good relation with the operation guys as well, because the operation guys in the organization would always try to bluff you apart. Like suppose like you are into accounting of anything, okay, and you want the rates. The maybe the operation guy because you don't have access to the market, so you have to be a tax smarter there. You had like you have to build the contacts with the operation guys or the guys they're dealing with. You have to sit with them. You have to visit sites. You have to take approval from your bosses. You have to visit site. What is happening in the, rather than sitting in the offices and working all in the excels and all, you have to be working in the main areas where what things are happening on the ground. So you should, so that people cannot fool you around in the organization. That is the main objective.
That was a very practical insight, which only a person who's working in an organization like Power Grid can give you that insight. So very very useful, Lavansh. So Lavansh, a tricky question now, and many students are falling into this trap. What is better, a good profile or a good brand name?
Uh, Very tough question from Nikhil sir. So actually, I think the profile is more vital than a good organization to start up. Basically, obviously, good organization matters in long run, because if you have to go up the ladder, obviously, can this I mean, uh, good brand names matter, because to steep up your package that will work in long run. But initially, if you work with profiles like SAP and all, then I think and if you're not able to switch it in like couple of years, so therein lies a chance where you can't change it. Then you are playing with your own career. They offer profiles from the campus. They give you good, nice packages also. But obviously, profile selection is quite important when in your initial stages. And even though it is a small company which is offering you a decent profile, I think you should go for it, because I have seen many students or many guys who are of the apprehension. They want to start from like 5 lakhs or 10 lakhs. Initially, you're not going to start even if you're starting from 2 lakhs or 3 lakhs also. Even if you're starting from a scratch where you're getting a salary only of 20,000 per month, so, but there is immense learning in that particular profile. I think you should go ahead with that rather than sitting idle at home, because there and then after getting qualified, once you are idle at home, and therein lies pressure on you big time. So then things start to getting worse from there.
Absolutely. That is really important, guys. Profile is the key to your career success. So it doesn't matter 2 lakh rupees here and there in your package. That will be compensated in long run. But once you choose a wrong profile, there is no way that you can reverse. Absolutely. You will fall in that trap. So that was an amazing piece of advice from Lavansh, and definitely we thank Lavansh to guide us on such critical aspects with respect to campus placement. Thank you so much, Lavansh, for guiding all of us. And now, undoubtedly, many of my students will be approaching you for asking certain practical questions. I hope you get some time out of your busy schedule to respond to their queries. Guys, feel free to approach Lavansh. He's there on my Facebook profile, and you can anytime approach Lavansh if you have any career related query, or if you have any dichotomy with respect to the profiles. And as it is said that pen is mightier than the sword. For us the professionals, pen is something which is keeping us alive, which keeps the motivation alive, and which is power for given to us, pen. So I would, as a token of appreciation, would like to give Lavansh a pen. Lavansh, thank you so much for appearing over here and guiding our students, and we would definitely hope and wish that you achieve greater heights of success, and we definitely want to see Lavansh as a CFO of one of the big PSUs in near future. Thank you so much, Lavansh. So, if you still feel that commerce is not a big deal, think again, because times have changed. All the very best and happy studying.